Have you ever made a mistake so bad that your enemies, your village people, and the devil are shocked? Because the mistake you made and the way you destroyed yourself is far better than anything they were planning for you. Like all the plans they had for you pale in comparison to what you just did to yourself. Has that ever happened to you before? Because that happened to me. And to tell you this story, I have to go back to last year. So last year, I joined, me and my friends decided to enter a film competition. It was this 48-hour film competition that we heard about. We decided to join. It was really fun. You don't know the movie you're going to make because you go, there's a draw, right? So you go there on the day of the draw, you pick from a bowl, you pick the movie genre, right? So you don't know whether it's going to be comedy, drama, anything. You pick it. Then they give you a line that's supposed to be in the movie, a line of dialogue, and then they give you a prop that's supposed to be in the movie. So I think this one was a mirror. The line was blood is thicker than water. And we got a comedy, which was great for us because comedy is like the thing that me and my guys knew. Well, it's the thing that I like a lot. But it was something that we're familiar with at least. So we got a comedy. So we did the film. It was really, really fun. We got this Airbnb. We were there for 48 hours. The actors came through one day. We shot the whole day. It was really fun. These are the medals. We got third place, third best sound, and third best editing. I think we should have got first best sound at least because the sound that I did was amazing, if I do say so myself. But that's just by the way. Forget I'm stroking my own dick. Anyway. So we did this whole thing. Now, the way that thing works is that, so the film competition is last year, and then they do a movie festival the year after where they screen the movies. They screen the winners. I think the winners movies. I don't know if they screen every movie, but I think it's the winners movies, right? So I forgot the name of the guys who won over here, but they got a martial arts movie, and so they won. So they were going, but you can join them if you want to. So I decided to go to the film festival this year. Ending of last year, I decided, okay, I want to go and see what this thing's about because I love film. I've been studying film for some time now, so I want to go and see what this community is about and hopefully make some connections, do all that good stuff. So I decided to start the application, but then I wanted to go with the group. I didn't know if they were going, but I wanted to go with the group. But when I contacted the patron, the city manager, the amount of money that they were asking for to join a group just didn't make sense to me. It was just too much amount of money. Just too much money for me. It was too much. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do this thing myself. So I can control the cost. I can control every single thing. No non-refundable fees. So if it doesn't work and if I spend money that is too much, then I know that it's me. I'm responsible, right? So I contacted someone who knew someone who could help me with the application. And this is not a horror story about visa agents, somebody chopping my money. No, there are people, my visa agents, I found them through my uncle. They did their job. Okay, shouts to them. I don't know if they'll see this, but they did their job. They did every single thing. They made sure that I had every single thing. At some point, I was losing hope because the time was going and when they couldn't find appointment dates for me to go and drop the documents, but they found it. They did it. You understand? And 9th of March 2026 was my appointment date where I was supposed to go to the VFS center and drop my documents. So I had everything. I went to the place. It was 1:50 p.m. I went to is it 1:50 or 1:30? One of them. I went to the place. I went outside there. I went to print my documents. I had every single thing. Right? And this is where this is what I think I was about to cry. I get to the front. First of all, I go to the wrong place. I try going to another room, but that place is not. It was like Australia and stuff like that. So they lead me to the other room. So I walk over there majestically. I get in front of the security man. This old man looks at me and says, "What are you coming to do?" I said, "I'm coming to drop my documents." Then he asked me the question that he said, "Please don't judge me. Don't judge me, guys. Don't judge me for this, please." He said, "Okay, where is your passport?" I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking right now. Wait, you went to drop your documents at the visa place without your passport? Yes. And I'm sure at that point, spiritually, all the demons were looking at me like, hey, they were all clapping for me like, wow. Maybe they were planning for something to happen with the flights. Maybe they planned an accident for me on the road. But I left the passport. They were like, wow. We were not thinking about this. We're going to add this to the list of techniques to destroy other people. Wow. Forgetfulness. This one was not in our plans at all. I forgot my passport. Now, this is not the worst part of the whole thing, right? So I called the agents. I'm like, yo, fuck, I do you like I forgot the passport. And if you miss the time by 15 minutes, you need another appointment date. So in my mind, I was fucked, right? So the guy said, you know what, relax. Call the house, let them look for the passport, and then when they bring it, we'll see what you can do. I said, this is Ghana. I said, this is GH. You know, and my people are good. So I called the house, told them to look for the passports. And this is where I think the family, the village people and everybody decided to get in action, because they tore down this whole fucking house, and still to this day I cannot find the passports. So I decided so I told the guy that, yo, they can't find the passports. They cannot find the passport at all. He's like, okay, you go to the house, because you will know where you put it. And I have a vague idea of where I kept the passports, right? I came to the house myself. I tore the whole house down. I almost dug into the ground. Could not find the fucking passports, bro. I couldn't find it. I still cannot find it. And I don't know. I can't describe, like, it's a unique type of pain. Do you understand? Like, it's a different type of pain. It's not as if I didn't get the date. It's not as if I was bounced, right? It's like getting the chance to, let me use football. Like, you have been given an opportunity to go and do a trial for a big team, and you go there without your boots, right? You go there without your boots and you're barefooted, and you didn't realize you're barefooted until you got to the park, and then you're like, how could I be so stupid? This is the most important thing. This is the most important document of the entire thing. Like, this is the most important part of the whole thing. How could I forget it? Like, it's a unique type of pain. And the thing too is, everybody was on standby to help me out. This is another thing. They kept calling, like the agent kept calling, and she's like, have you found it? Like, if you find it, I'll do every single thing in my power to get it for you. I'm like, I'm looking for it. 8 p.m. They're still asking me, because they're like, listen, I'll make sure you get it. I said, well, not make sure I get it, but I'll make sure you're able to submit the documents, because they can't make sure I get it. That's up to the people at the consular. Is it consular? I look. I still cannot find it. Today is what? Today is 15th of March. It's been 6 days. And my passport just disappeared into thin air. And again, I have a vague idea of where I keep this stuff. Like, I keep it in a drawer somewhere. It's not there, and it is not anywhere. And I know, this is the most painful thing about this whole thing. I know one day, 3 months from now, I'll be doing something casually in the house, doing something, going about my day, and I'll see this passport, and the pain will come back into my chest. It will come up. I cannot explain, guys. I cannot describe to you this kind of pain. Like, and this is another thing too. I cannot blame anybody. This I can't. Yo, it's so crazy. It was so crazy. I was going insane, because if, let's say, somebody misplaced their passport, then at least my ego would be safe, right? It would be like, hey, this is not your fault. At least I can scream at somebody. But everything is internal. The pains, everything is sitting inside my body. It's going up into my head, down into my leg, up into my head, down into my leg. And then, you know the worst thing? Everybody I tell about this whole thing, they want to offer me, like, they want to help me out, but everything they say is annoying, because it's very obvious. They'll say, oh, you can't find your passport? Have you checked your bag? Bro, really? I'm telling you, I tore down the whole house. You think I've not checked my bag? Check your pocket somewhere. Have you checked inside your car? Have you checked inside? Yes, I've checked inside everywhere. I cannot find this fucking thing. I can't find it. I cannot find it. And my the woman is helping with the visa. she's a pastor, I think. When I went to the office, I saw some pastor certificates. So she starts praying for me. She's like, this only means that you're going to get it. So we have to find it. We pray for the angels to come and help you to find it. Let the angels remind you. I waited for the angels, bro. I sat down there, I waited for the angels. You know, sometimes when you forget something, if you let it go for some time, the memory just comes back to you. I'm still waiting for the memory to come back to me. And every now and then, you know, as a crazy thing about losing something, you start checking in stupid places. Like I'll be looking on top of the fan. Did I put it on top of the fan? One time I was walking outside and I started looking at the gutter. Is my passport in this gutter over here? I could have gone mad. I don't understand how people get mad after a crazy event. Like people who get maybe broken-hearted or something like this happens to them and they break. Like something will crack in your mind. Right? It will break. Like, is my passport with this random stranger? Should I ask this person if they have my passport? Like, do you have my passport? Should I go to the passport office and see if I left my passport there last time? I started thinking that maybe I took the passport to the visa agent's place and left it on the table. I wanted to tell her, check your drawer. Did I give you the passport? Did I give the passport to this random person that I met that time who I asked to hold my bag for me? And then you start getting you start doing conspiracy theory. Who in my life could steal my passport? Who in my life? Because I didn't tell. That's another thing too. I didn't tell anybody else applying for this thing. Maybe one or two people who are very close to me. But aside that, and at least people who are close to me, they don't live with me or anything like that. So I'm like, who could have done this? This guy, he has been looking at me strangely for some time now. This guy, does he not like me? Is this guy a hater? This guy has been hating on me for a while. I'm just going crazy, bro. I cannot describe it. I was going crazy. And it's all... the pain always comes back to one center, which is my chest. You understand? If you've gotten broken hearts before, you know that feeling. The feeling is inside your throat. Like it's like it's not all the way up into your mouth, but it's in your throat. It's like halfway into your throat, and then it comes down to your chest. You understand? When you get relief, it will drop into your stomach. Let's say like something, maybe you laugh, something, you see something funny that makes you laugh, it will drop into your stomach for a bit. So the choking sensation in your throat will ease. But when you remember that thing again, it will come up to your throat and start choking you again. That's what I was feeling. I'm now recovering. Like I'm now recovering a little bit, but I almost broke. Like I almost mentally broke, and I get it now. All of you who got broken hearts or something happened to you and you broke mentally, I get it now. I understand it now. I understand how this happens now. I still Charlie. The way I spent the last couple of months watching tourist videos on YouTube, thinking about where I'll go, the side attractions I'll go, because the event is like 3 days, but the visa was going to be for like a week or two. I was thinking about where I'll go. I'm looking at these people, these nice places to go in Lisbon. I was psyched, bro. I was going to be in a man on me for a week. But yeah, I'm not going anymore. I still can't find the passports. I was thinking of doing another one, like a 24-hour one, but at that point in time, the whole thing is gone. You know, it's like it's just gone. It's gone. Right? It's gone. And the thing too is, maybe it's not gone. Maybe my people can work the thing out for me, but I just give up. I really gave up. And maybe it's my lack of knowledge about the system, because the way they're talking, it sounds like they could do something under the underground for me, but I think I just let it go. I have a tendency to do that. That's something that I do sometimes. Like if I have a tendency to just let things go when the situation feels hopeless, which is maybe not a good habit in Ghana, because in Ghana you can make anything happen no matter what. If you know the right people, you can make anything happen. But I had to let this one go and sit with the L. Like I had to take it, bro. Eat the big L, bro. I had to eat it. And the good thing, if I want to look at it positively, is that next time, if I ever have to do anything like this experience will replay in my head the next time, and I will never ever forget anything important ever again, because the pain of this one is really, really difficult. And that's that. If you can take something away from this, that's this is what you can take, right? If you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up too much. Like, I am beating myself up too much. I did for some time, but just let the ripple effect of the mistake carry you into the future, and then whenever you have to do the thing again, don't make that fucking mistake again. Like, I'll never ever make this mistake again, ever again. I have a forgetfulness issue. That one is something I've had all my life, but there are ways to deal with it, right? Like, I could have locked the passport up somewhere. I could have done a lot of things. I could have put systems in place to remind me of where this important document is, but I completely forgot. And at some point, I started blaming the government. Like, this passport, they say it has a chip. There's a chip in the passport. What is the chip there for? If I cannot open some technology that will track the thing based on a chip, or maybe there's something like that I don't know. I'm getting angry again. Maybe there's something like that. Maybe there's some technology with the chip that I don't know about. There's not that much education on the chip anyway. We just know that it's a chip. I don't know. I don't know what the chip is. Maybe the microchip people are right. Maybe this is all some kind of conspiracy. Maybe this is the mark of the beast. I don't know. But I just have to eat the L and just chalk it to karma. This is not my karma to go to Portugal this year, and it's fine. This year the competition is coming up again, 12th of April, so we go again. We're going to do it again, and next year I'll probably go. So the money I had saved to go to this event, I was thinking about taking it to going to see J. Cole in South Africa, because South Africa is visa free. I wanted to go to South Africa to go and see J. Cole, but I couldn't get tickets. Like I tried getting the tickets, but Tickets Master South Africa does not send SMS. It doesn't send OTP codes to anybody outside of South Africa. Like, I tried it multiple times, I didn't get it. And I don't know anybody in SA who could help me with that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm stuck there. I'm stuck with the little money I was going to blow in Portugal and South Africa. So I just need to ball in Ghana. At least, I might blow it on one of these stupid overpriced. Come with me to go and eat. Would you pay 1,000 cedis for one bowl of kinky? One of these stupid places that the influencers keep advertising. I'm getting angry at the influencers because of my own mistake, but it's not them, it's me. Okay, I made a mistake. I made this fucking mistake, and I have to sit with it, and it's fine. It's fine. Last Thursday, I was able to do some jokes about it in the comedy club. People laughed at my pain, because that's comedy, right? Comedy is pain plus time. But this one, there was no time. This one, it was fresh, and I decided to go with it on Thursday, and it was cool. It was cool. So yeah, that's what happened to me. That's the mistake I made this last week. How's your week been? How's your life going? Are you okay? I'm not. I almost broke. And again, it got me thinking about the broken heart people. I don't know anybody like this, but some people, you hear these stories a lot. It's like somebody, they're about to get married, and then they found out that the guy was getting married to another person on one Saturday afternoon, and they break. And people always say, "Oh, but you pa, because of a guy, you're going mad over broken heart." No, what happens is that your reality collapses. That's what happens. Like, the world, they have built a world in their mind, and that world, it collapses. Do you guys remember that there's a scene in Game of Thrones? There's a scene in Game of Thrones where the soldier is fighting the war, and he looks around and sees that, like, Charlie, this thing, he sees his people losing. And he realizes that the king is not there to fight with them. They are fighting a stupid cause. And it's like his whole reality breaks down, and he just leaves. He runs away. Like, he leaves the war. I think it's that really tall guy in Game of Thrones. Or maybe I'm thinking about something else. But I'm sure this happens in war a lot, where the person is just there and everything is hopeless. Like, we are getting killed. Everything is done. And the entire, their reality, everything they came with, everything they have in their mind, everything they've built their lives on. Because, listen, that's how human beings live life. That's how we live life. It's everything we are doing right now, we are trying to achieve some ideal reality in our minds, right? We have a world we've built. I saw there's this guy on Instagram who this American guy who makes these videos. He talks very fast. I think it's called Justin or so. He makes these very poetic videos where he makes a lot of points about humanity. I've forgotten that guy's name. Very, very dope guy. And let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I find this guy. Let me see if I find it. I'll try to look for it. But He made a video one time about people getting rejected, right? About this is the guy. What's his name? His page is called This Cipher. Some of you may know him. You may know him. He's very, very, very popular. And he made this video one time about why people feel so why rejection feels so bad for many people, like romantic rejection. And he said, when somebody rejects you, you don't feel bad because the person rejects you. You feel bad because the world you created in your head gets shattered. Because you created a world with them in your mind. And the girls do this a lot. You meet somebody and then you play a whole movie all the way through to the end of you and the person living life and all that stuff. And if it's a random person in town and they walk away, the daydream ends. But if it's somebody at a job, right, you meet this guy, maybe he's a new guy, has come in there, maybe he's an intern and you are like a high person in the office, but there's something about him, like he's an intern, he's lower than you, because that's how a lot of girls think. That's how a lot of human beings think. He's lower than you. He's lower than you, but there's something about the way he carries himself, the way he speaks is so mature, like he understands life, right? He has this big beard and he's very well built. He has a little bit of a pot belly, I understand. And there's this research I saw where they said women tend to end up with those kind of guys instead of guys who are obsessed with building their bodies. Like guys who are obsessed with building their bodies they're not the ones women choose to build families with, mostly because they are guys who are obsessed with themselves. So, but don't quote me on that. I may be wrong on this. But this particular guy, like, he's different, the way he talks to you. Maybe one time you're holding something, you almost tripped and fell, and he held your hand and he held you up. And usually when that happens, it's inappropriate, right? The guy tries to feel your waist or something, but this guy, he didn't do that. He was very respectful. He held you and he put you back on your feet, and then he asked if you're okay. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Watch your step. Right? And he looked you and you looked into his eyes, and this guy, like, wow. He's kind of dark, right? He's a very, very dark guy. So his eyes are really, really shining bright like a diamond, right? And he had a presentation and there's something that you were missing, and during the presentation he pointed something out that you were missing for the entire 1 week you're working on the presentation, and you're like, wow, this guy, he's so learned, like he's an intern. How does he know so much, right? And then you start building the world in your head. Maybe he'll ask you out, you go on a date, it's funny, you start talking, and then you go back to the house, and then you kiss each other, and then you are doing office romance, and because if you are doing a daydream, there has to be suspense, right? There has to be suspense in the daydream, because what's the point? If you are in your own head, you might as well make it a movie and be excited, right? So you build it up, right? Maybe one time you and him are walking behind somebody and you're holding hands and you're looking backwards, and somebody could catch you, right? Maybe one time you drag him into the washroom and do some fornication, right? You do some little fornication, right? And the thrill of almost getting caught, and then one day somebody finds out, somebody starts asking questions. These guys are they together? Hey, you guys, are you together? And you're playing all of this in your head, by the way. This happens a lot, especially to people who are very, very, I don't want to say intelligent, but most intelligent people tend to do this a lot, because they are the ones who have the capacity to create these elaborate stories in their head. Or I'll say intelligence, right? Like, especially the girls who are very, like, readers, girls who read a lot, right? Because readers are leaders, right? That's so corny. But you create all of this stuff in your head, right? And then you and the guy, the reality starts catching up with the external reality starts catching up with your internal reality, when maybe they pair you, or maybe since you are his superior, they ask you to do some projects and they ask you to pick somebody to help you with it. Pick one of the interns to help you, and now this guy is over there. You pick him, right? It's not very ethical, but this is destiny. Okay, he's the love of your life in your head. This is destiny. He's the love of your life in your head. So you pick him. You're working on the stuff. Maybe you're working all night on this stuff. And shared struggle. I mentioned this in a video recently. Shared struggle is a very great ingredient for love, right? So the external reality starts catching up with your internal reality, right? Your hand brushes his hand a little bit over there. You're going home, you guys are tired. You start talking about life. You start talking about about God and stuff. Maybe you guys like the same movies, you like the same music, right? Everything is going right. You're thinking, wow, this is great, right? Your pussy is creaming a little bit, right? This is happening. This is what you know what I'm saying, right? I don't judge me for saying that, it's right. You're creaming a little bit, right? A little bit moist every single time you see this guy, right? And then one time you have a company party, and you've worn this nice dress, it fits your body so much, everything of yours is popping out, and you know you did it for him, right? And then he walks into the party with his girlfriend. First, when you see the girl, you're in denial. Right? You're like, wait, who's that? Who is that? Is that his sister? Is that his friend? So you go and ask, like, hey, your friend looks nice, and he's like, oh yeah, that's my girlfriend. He meets my girlfriend, and your entire reality just crashes at that point, right? It just crashes down at that point, and you are not yourself for the next 3 months. Because here's what happened. You are not yourself for the next 3 months. Your work will start to suffer a little bit. You might start resenting the guy a little bit. Hopefully not, right? But we're not resenting the guy, but you might start overcompensating for the fact that you cannot have this guy right now. Maybe by pursuing him harder, and that's how people start having affairs. Or you pick another person, and that person becomes the actor in your mental movie. That's what happens. You understand? That's how people go insane. They just keep doing it, keep doing it. And reality keeps breaking down, and then the next thing you know, Sunday you are in church, kneeling down and praying to God, and all of that is all part of the movie still. And they're oh my God, I cannot find a good guy. It's all still part of the mental movie. Like you are in it, because in your mind, the prayer you are making to God, you are secretly hoping for some grand happy ending, right? You're not like surrendering to the Lord. When people do this stuff where they're like, I'm focusing on God now. You're not focusing on God for real. You're focusing on God as a plot point in your story, because you are hoping that focusing on God is the middle part of the movie that will lead you to finding another dark skin, beard gang looking nice guy that is now going to sweep you off your feet and finally take you to the altar, right? And that will be the final plot point. But it never is the final plot point, is it? In real life, when you get married, you still have to continue living your life. Now you have to deal with the reality of living with this person, finding out that they're not the perfect person you thought they were. They're not who you thought they were, because you are projecting a lot of stuff onto them. And again, the external reality fits your internal reality a little bit. It fits your internal reality enough for you to make this commitment, right? And this guy hopefully is like a good a normal, well-rounded person who also is self-aware enough to realize and build upon who they are right now and change for the better. And even you are playing mental movies in your head, so your self-awareness is in the mud, right? So and then 17 years later, your reality crashes again when you realize, oh fuck, because you might meet somebody else, and that's how people start having affairs and shit. It's all crazy. Like, it's all crazy. And all of this, I'm thinking about all of this because of the passport that I lost. But at least maybe there's something in there for you. And stop playing movies in your head. Guys do this. A lot of guys do this a lot too. Again, it's always the readers and the artsy intelligence people. Not artsy, like it's always the readers. Readers are the ones who do this kind of thing quite a lot. So yeah. That's what's going on. That's what's going on with me. Hopefully you don't hopefully you live in reality and you're not building up a fake reality in your head, and all that stuff. Anyway, so another thing that has been going on with me is I have been working on my presentation for comedy show that's coming up with Ojo, which is TED Talks. And so I've been looking for old Ghanaian newspapers. Now, there's something that something that pissed me off so much. I don't want to talk about it yet. I might talk about it over here because nobody listens to this really. But like the people who are going to listen to this, the people who I'm talking about will probably not listen to this at all. But you never know, right? But so I've been looking for old Ghanaian newspapers to use for my presentation, because my presentation is about old Ghanaian newspapers. But the title is From Newspaper to Toilet Paper: The Brief History of Ghanaian Print Media, right? And so I was able to we were able to contact somebody at Graphic Archives to help with the whole thing. And my experience over there has made me so angry. They don't know it yet, but I am cooking. I'm silently cooking I promised myself that I'll not be a vindictive bastard anymore in my life. Okay, I've never been a vindictive. I have always been a vindictive person, but I've never acted on it. I think that's one of the blessings that one of my biggest blessings and curses was in the past. I've not been very action oriented, so I've not really acted on a lot of things. But now I'm more action oriented than I was, and so I'm cooking some anas arimeyao anas sort of thing, because what these people are doing over there is insane. Right, so we went over there. We went and got this. We were looking for the archives. We met this girl, cute girl. Okay, cute girl. You didn't suspect anything shady, right? And the price they were asking for me to get a newspaper per page was insane. Right, per page. By the way, it was like she said 25 cedis per page. I guess I'll just say the whole thing over here. Nobody will see this. She said 25 cedis per page. I said okay. I thought it was normal. I paid for it. I got a receipt. Then I go online and I see an article from 2023 where they said that Graphic has digitized all their archives and it is online, and you can pay 1 CD a day to access the whole thing, 35 CDs a week, and 125 CDs a year to access the entire database from 1950 till now. And I'm like, so I tried doing it and the site does not work. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Is this intentional? Like, is this what? Because like this makes sense. The prices on the site make sense, right? Because they have to recoup their money they spent on digitizing. That's what the girl kept saying at the office. That, oh, you know, we have to use the money to. We spent a lot of money doing this kind of stuff, so we have to get money back. And I'm like, all right, it makes sense. But I'm like, why is the site not working? And you're charging me this ridiculous amount per page to access the Graphic archives. So I got really angry, man. I wanted to tell the girl off after I found this, but I said no. Let me relax at the right time. And already, shouts to my friend Dale. Dale is somebody who's very well connected. So already, we are meeting some people. We started meeting some people who are in charge of certain things, and we are going to build a case slowly, and fuck those people, you know, and like the people who the she kept mentioning her boss. Fuck all of them for that fucking corruption they're doing over there. Fuck them, because it's ridiculous when the thing is online. And in the article, Kojo Opo and Nkrumah was at the place right that we went to. It was at the archives place, the same place we went to. He was at the place over there. It means that this is a whole government thing that they've done, and you're fucking charging 25 CDs per page. I hope they don't see this. I mean, I'm not clipping this and putting it anywhere. I hope they don't see this yet, because we are building the case. Okay, we are building it. I took a receipt for the one I paid. I'll go there. Today is Sunday. I'll go there tomorrow, Monday, because I told them that I want to come there and look through myself, right? And this other thing too. She charged a service charge. She said that she charged a service charge for looking for the. All right. So that's something that I've been pissed off about, and also it happened during the mix of my passport pins and stuff like that. So it really got to me, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to let this thing slide. And also the other thing too is that, like, I feel, how do I say it? I feel. Do you ever? Does something ever happen to you? Not something ever happened to you, like. Do you ever get an idea, or that something pisses you off so much, and usually you will let it go? Like, usually I let this thing go, but you feel like there's something big is pulling you towards working on this thing. That's how I feel about this graphic thing. Like, I feel like there's something, maybe God, right, is telling me, like, yo, like, don't let this thing go. Like follow this thing up, and I'm going to do it. We're going to do it. But she gave me a number of old newspaper stuff, and there's a lot of crazy stuff in there. There's one I want to read to you right now. So I think what's this? This is Graphic. This is Sunday, the Mirror, Sunday Mirror, April 15th, 1960 something. And they had this part called Problem Page. And I want to read you this part. So problem page is like, it's like Auntie Betty in Junior Graphic, where somebody will ask a question and the editor will answer. So here's the title. The title is That's Seducer. Okay, That's Seducer. Listen to this. My girlfriend and I have decided to marry. This was in the 1960s, by the way. Okay, 1960s. Yeah, let me see. 1964. Okay, 1964. My girlfriend and I have decided to marry, but I was shocked recently to discover that she has been flirting with one of her senior officers. This has been going on in spite of the fact that the man knows that she is going to marry me. 1964. Things have not changed though. Things have never changed. Is that right now? It's TikTok that they'll come and send a message to podcasters to read. Now these days they're putting it out for everybody to see. My girl says that she is under some sort of obligation to satisfy the lust of that senior officer, and that she still loves me and wants to marry me, and I'm not happy about this. I need your help. BK Tamale. Hey! Hey! I've never seen this sentence before. This was 1964. Back when our parents were saying that, oh, back in our day, we were very good people. At those times, you can't even go to a girl's house. You can't even go because, those times, even if they tease you with somebody, you start crying because we are very good. These children these days, this is somebody saying that, somebody telling her fiance that, I've never heard this sentence in my life before. She's under some sort of obligation to satisfy the lust of that senior officer. Obligation to satisfy the lust of the senior officer, bro. So, there are many different ways you can think about this. But before that, let's read BK Tamale's answer to him, because I feel like that one was also stupid. Now that your girl has confessed, you will not find it difficult to dissuade her from the unwholesome affair. What? But be tactful. If you really love each other, then the earlier both of you forget about the seducer, the better. What the fuck is this solution, bro? He's basically telling the guy that, oh, just forget about it. He said, first of all, now that she has confessed to you, you will not find it difficult to dissuade her. Who told you that you not find it difficult to dissuade her? She said she's under some sort of obligation to satisfy the lust of the guy. Maybe this could be karma. It could be a karmic obligation. You understand? Like if you believe in that stuff, you understand? She's feeling obligation to satisfy the lust means that she's feeling a call. She has been called to do this, to satisfy the lust of the senior officer. Maybe it's for a promotion. Maybe she needs something from the guy. Maybe it's something that the guy can help her husband with. Maybe the husband needs a job. I don't know. I'm speculating. This was 1964. Maybe the husband needs a job. Maybe the husband is going through something, or maybe she herself just wants that dick. Okay, she wants that dick, and she feels she's obligated to satisfy his lust. I want to see what the girl looks like, and I want to see what the senior officer looks like, right? Because then it can make sense. If you see the senior officer and it's some like absolute 10 over 10, absolute hot shit of a guy, then we can say that, oh, okay. This one there, you must allow. This one there, this one fine boy. But judging from, and this is no shade by the way, but judging from the physical aesthetic of senior officers in Ghana, I doubt the guy is a 10 over 10. I'm sorry. I doubt it. No shade to all the senior officers in anywhere in Ghana, but they have a look. There's a look. You understand? There's a look. You know what I'm saying? There's a look. If all the girls who relate to this, all the senior officers, all the guys have been pursuing you, there's a look they have. And it's not exactly the kind of look, but it's because of their money. Those of you who have been indulging them, it's because of their money, right? Yeah, you have been enduring looking at their faces coming toward your face like this every single night because they are paying you a lot of money, which, hey, do what you have to do, understand? You have an obligation to satisfy their lust, like this woman over here in 1964. But my advice to this guy who's probably dead, they are probably dead, because if they were getting married at that time, then they are probably dead by now. My advice to this guy, well, not advice, I really hope he didn't marry the girl, because listen, if somebody has an obligation to do something, you can't stand in the way of somebody's purpose. Don't stand in the way of other people's purpose. Just look at how you fit into that purpose and see whether or not you want to continue. If you want to continue, you are going to make that choice to stay with her. Because listen, this girl, honestly, you can judge her for everything, but honestly, the girl is very committed. Like, this is somebody that if she wants something, she's going to get it, right? So all you need to do is hope that her obligation is toward you. You understand? And if you decide to go with her, you know that this girl, if she tells you she's going to do something, she's going to do it. She's a go-getter. She's going to get whatever she wants. So that's something that you can. It's something that you can work on. You know, it's something that you can live with. You understand? Just put it in your mind that you're going to be sharing her whenever she feels the obligation to satisfy somebody else's lust. Right? And also, you can also have your own obligation towards somebody else's lust. You understand? I'm sure there's some girls. This guy must be a fine boy. I'm sure there are some girls in the neighborhood that would want to also satisfy your lust. So let's just all be fooling and going. 1964, by the way. Okay. When your parents got in touch that they used to be good girls and everything was great, they're all lying. There's a whole lot. There's a whole like this column. This column on this in this graphic. I want to see more of this. That's crazy. But the guy's advice, whoever this guy was, the guy who was answering the question was he should have that guy should not have been paid for this advice. Telling them that they should forget about the seducer. How can you forget about the seducer when it's an obligation? It's an obligation. It's purpose. You can't forget about your purpose. Your purpose pulls you. You understand? So shouts to them. I hope they solved their issue. I really hope that the guy made a good choice. And also, whoever this girl is, I hope she knows that she has been very inspirational to a lot of the youth now, a lot of the girls right now, because people are living like this. There's nothing new under the sun. Crazy story. Anyway, so yeah, I've been working on a lot more of this. There are lots more crazy papers like this. Like I saw one where somebody was complaining about the fact that, let me see if I can find this. They're complaining about the fact that people were singing the national anthem by heart. National anthem is sacred. Okay. So, a national anthem is a supreme song of a nation. I'm reading the paper. A national anthem is a supreme song of a nation by which great honor is accorded the particular nation, both government and people living and dead. It's also a very important song to be sung on very great occasions, such as on national days, state funeral occasions, and to herald the arrival of very important state visitors, on which occasion anthems of both guest and host countries are played. These days in Ghana, the national anthem is played on any occasion and at any place. Cinema houses are the best known places where the national anthem is always played before the start of a film. Guys, they used to play national anthem before they watch films. Bro, we should bring this back. I'm sure this guy, if he comes to Ghana right now, he'll faint. He can't live in it, because right now we only sing it at school, and a lot of the older people don't even know how to sing it anymore. At least back then, imagine you go to Silverbed and want to watch a movie, and then you sing "God Bless Our Homeland, Ghana" before they play the Avengers, before they play Sinners. Imagine that. We would all know how to sing it, right? But back then, this guy was complaining about this. Okay, let's continue. On each of these occasions, the audience are expected to do honor to the nation by standing, which is normally the case when national anthems are being played. That's good. However, the writer of this letter is of the opinion that since the song is sacred, it must not be used commonly and must therefore be limited to very important occasions and functions. One can only conclude that playing a song anytime and anywhere only makes it lose its sacredness and importance. Oh my God. You should come now. You should come to this era and hear the parliamentarians try to sing this song. It is my intention, therefore, to appeal to the authorities to place a ban on the playing of the national anthem in cinema houses, except on occasions where it is found very necessary, such as when very important personalities are invited to watch a particular film, or on Independence Day and on state anniversaries. K.H. Cole, Takrady. This was in a Daily Graphic. I've forgotten the year. I've forgotten the year that I clipped this from. But that's crazy to think about. That this guy was worried about the national anthem being sung at cinemas, which is crazy because now if we sang it at cinemas, people will say I'm doing too much, I'm being too patriotic. But I think at the time when this came out, it wasn't too long after independence had been gained. And so I'm sure there was so much more attachments to the spirits of the country Ghana than it is now. Understand? Now, when it's Independence Day, you can't get jerseys to buy. This is our version of patriotism, right? So maybe somebody can write something right now about how we are wearing the jerseys too much and it's losing its relevance because it's for the Black Stars and blah, 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 blah. But this guy was complaining about the cinema houses that singing a song at the cinema houses before a film, that they should ban it. They should ban them from doing that. But that guy, if he could come to this time, he's probably dead. If he could come to this time, he would realize that that tradition actually would have been great. Because right now we only sing it in schools. Like I don't remember singing that song after I left school. And also, we don't know that there are 2 other verses to that song. Nobody knows, people know, but nobody knows the verses. I've only heard one person sing the verse completely. And her name is, I think it was the spoken word artist Akotoa. Yeah, Akotoa, who were at an event at Cocoon some years ago. And she sang the whole thing. I was playing guitar, I think. Yeah, I was playing guitar. And she sang all the verses, which was insane. Shouts to Akotoa. But yeah, I think you know what this is. This is a very Ghanaian thing. It's a very Ghanaian thing too. It's a very Ghanaian much ado about nothing thing, right? Ghanaians are like this. We complain like Ghanaians are like food critics in Paris. Like you'll find, I've never been to Paris, but I've watched a movie called Bent by Bradley Cooper. He was a chef in Paris. That movie annoyed me so much, but like. I think what annoyed me about the movie was the fact that the food didn't make any sense. Like they'll put 2 pieces of meat and 1 leaf on the food, and then it will cost a whole lot. And that was the entire movie. I didn't like that movie. Maybe I should watch it again. Maybe I should watch it again and not focus on the food. I'm losing my train of thoughts. But Ghanaians are like that. Ghanaians will complain about everything. You remember that if you watch the I Shall Speed stream, that guy, when they went to the Kwame Nkrumah Museum, the guy who was insisting that they tell I Shall Speed the history of Kwame Nkrumah, that he was insisting, no, we have to tell him, he has to know that, he has to know this, he has to know that. That's how we are. And there are people like this everywhere. Like, they'll find some little thing that is not important at all and they'll make it an issue. It's like they like discussing issues. This is one thing I've been thinking about. That some people who like discussing issues, they like issues. Every single group they're in, they have issues. Every single thing that they do, they want to discuss the issues. We have to discuss the issues. They like agenda. Let's have a meeting to discuss the issues. These are the issues. That's an issue we have to tackle. This is an issue. They like issues. There are people like that. If you've been in any, those of you in the corporate world, you know what I'm talking about. There are always people who have issues. No, this is the issue on the ground. No, you see, these are some of the issues. No, you need to have documents about this because that's an issue. Issues. The guy who wrote that, the guy who sent in the article is one of those guys, and there are lots of him around to this day. So many people who have issues about everything. Music. Ghana music, these are the issues. Ghana football, there are issues. I remember we did a comedy writing camp thing last year. Is it last year? Yeah, last year. And there's one of those guys in there. We're talking about comedy, the Ghana comedy and stuff like that. And the guy asked the question, like, I think his question was, I hope he doesn't see this. His question was, so at this point in the Ghana comedy industry, what do you think we are doing wrong? And everybody was confused, I could tell, because they're like, Ghana comedy industry is bigger than it has ever been. Like, people are selling out National Theatre, they're selling out UPSA Auditorium. People are buying tickets to go. It's still not mainstream, but it's the biggest it has ever been, right? And so, the leader of our group, he didn't know how to answer the question, and I could tell immediately when the question flew out of the guy's mouth that this guy is one of the guys who like issues. He likes issues. What do you think we are doing wrong? It's another sentence for what are the issues? What's the issue that we are having? issues, talking points for that. There are people who like watching those talk shows where they discuss issues, the issues of the country, the issue. Oh my God! Ghanaian old newspapers were crazy. I saw this crazy story to one of the newspapers. So the new, I'm coming. Let me see if I can find that one too. Yo, they used to be crazy. So I think that the headline was something like, I can't find it, but the headline was something like magician ends up life. That was the headline. Magician ends up life. Right? Magician ends up life. So I thought, okay, so a magician is dead. Bro, the story was about a 13-year-old boy who told his friends that he can cut his left hand and nothing will happen to him. So his friend gave him 20 pesos to cut his hand. The guy cut his hand and died. And the headline was magician ends up life. He's not a magician, he's a 13-year-old boy. What kind of clickbait is this? Jesus. That's a crazy time. And I'm going to have so much fun with it. I still don't have my set yet. I'm still looking through to try and see the kind of story I can tell. One thing I noticed with the newspapers is that Ghana has not really changed. Ghana hasn't really changed. Like that, I saw some headlines about free education. Free education. The way we talk about it now, they're talking about it back then. So many corruption scandals. This person has chopped money. They were asked to refund some amount of money. It was still happening then. Like Ghana hasn't really changed, honestly. Like a lot of things are the same. And so I don't really, that was one I saw where I think it was like Kwame Nkrumah on his first day at work or something like that. It was very interesting. Very interesting. The stuff about pharmacists are complaining about not getting paid. In the 1950s, we still have those issues now. Like government doctors complaining about not getting paid. We have those issues. Issues. These are the issues. Anyway, here's one from, let me see. This is 1970. The headline is "Give Ghana Debt Relief." Okay, Ghana was asking people. Somebody was asking that for them to give us debt relief because we're owing a lot of countries, and we still are to this day. Nothing has changed. A lot has changed, right? A lot has changed, but nothing has changed. Like the headlines are still the same. So maybe that might be my angle. That might be my angle for the TED Talk, but I'm still working on it. And yeah, so that's what's going on with me. That's what's been going on. There's so much more I can talk about, but I'm coming up on like 50 something minutes. I shouldn't even be thinking about that anyway. Like this is a podcast. I should be able to talk for 2 hours. I do have other things to do today, so thank you for joining me so much and listening to me talk about the issues, my issues. I'm going to try and do another passport, and then next year we go again, hopefully. And I'll try not to be forgetful anymore. And I hope that those of you who are over there writing romantic stories in your head, I hope you learn that you cannot replace real life experience with constant mental rumination and writing stories in your head and thinking that you are like crafting a life. Especially those of you who are into this law of attraction thing, where they tell you that you have to imagine your life, the life you want, and manifestation. You have to imagine the life you want as if you have it. You are destroying your mind. Okay, that's not how life works, right? Like imagining the life you want constantly imagining the life you want, is going to make you good at imagining the life you want, right? You cannot use imagination as a substitute for experience. You have to go out there and experience the life, you understand, and write your story in the real world. And the real world doesn't always bend to your needs, you understand, and in spite of it, you just have to go out there and do it. So I stop writing stories. Ask that girl out, okay, and stop creating stories in your head and giving her flowers and giving her gifts, hoping that if you keep doing good things for her and store up some kind of stupid mental karma, that if you ask her out, then she's going to say yes because you're a good guy. That's not how life works out. That's not how the life is. You have to go and do it. And if she says no, it is what it is. She has made a choice. That's not, and you move on. You know, stop writing stories about this guy in your head. Okay, if you're a girl, they'll tell you that you shouldn't ask him out. But fuck that. Go out there and get what you want. Did you see the girl who said that she has an obligation to satisfy the lust of a senior officer? That's a spirit you need to have. Okay. That's a spirit you need to move it. Obligation to satisfy the lust of a senior officer. You have an obligation to satisfy your own lust with that guy's whatever you like. Right? Whatever thing you like. So go out there and get it. And if he says no, fine. You understand what I'm saying? But also shine your eyes. You understand? Because if he wants to take advantage of you, the fact that you like him, and you are not aware because you're writing stories in your head, they'll take advantage of you. Right? That's a problem with writing the stories in your head. Is that if somebody wants to take advantage of you, they only need to meet a couple of plot points. Oh, I want a guy who will buy me, who will take me to this restaurant, and then the guy takes you to that restaurant, and then all of a sudden he has confirmed all the stories in your head. So you're like, wow, this is the one. You know, one of the funniest things I see online is people say, so I played a game. No, they don't say I played a game, but they say, so I was talking to God and I told God, there's a video like this. I told God, I said something to God, and I said that if the next guy I meet, if he says this thing to me, then it is confirmation that he is the one. So I wrote it down in my book. And when I met this guy, he said those exact same words to me. And that's how I knew that God is talking to me through that guy, and that guy is the one. Hima, you are going to have a serious rude awakening. The awakening is going to wake you up rudely. Okay, go out and experience life, and don't make big mistakes like your boy over. Don't make. If you make a mistake, hey, listen, just live with it. You understand? At the end of the day, you have a whole life ahead of you, and a mistake is just a mistake you make today is going to be an alarm for you tomorrow. So that you are going the wrong path, to blow in your head, and you'll be like, hey, I don't want to make this mistake again. Just don't make big mistakes, you know. Like my own is losing the passports, but don't go and make a big mistake like going to jail, right? Like going to rob a bank, going to steal money, embezzle money from your company. Don't do corruption that will send you to prison. Don't go and rob anybody. Don't do any of that craziness. You understand? Those mistakes is just too much. You understand? Make sure that your mistakes are all on the low. And yeah, you'll be fine. Okay, so remember, you have an obligation to satisfy the lust of your senior officer, and you need to go out there and get it. All right. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys next week on a podcast. I love doing this, by the way. I'm really loving this. It's been like 5 episodes. 6 or is it 5? I'm loving this. I keep doing this forever and ever. Forever and ever. I have an obligation to satisfy your lust. The lust of your ears to listen to my fucking voice. Alright? That's my obligation. And I'm going to keep doing it. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys. If this is the first time I hear about me and stuff, check out my other channels. But if you know me already, most of you here already watch my other videos. So I'll be dropping a couple of videos this week. I have a couple of videos planned this week that are great. So check them out. And I'll see you guys soon in another video. Sing the song. No, this is not that channel. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.